I think you may know me as the girl who was shot by the Taliban or who got head injury. But I would like to share my story with you. Who I am, where do I come from? How was my life before this incident? Economically, I was born in a poor family, but ethically, it was rich. My father was and he is a great father. He accepted me with equal rights. He treated me and my brothers with equality. I was considered to be a good girl because I was working hard in my studies, getting first position in the class. But I also did some mistakes in my life. Sometimes I was a bit naughty, and I still am. Sometimes I would just fight with my brother, which I'm continuing. But I also did another mistake. Once I lied. I could not tell the truth. I also stole my friend's jewelry. I was very young at that time. But the fact is that once I did these mistakes, I learned from them. And I never repeated them. I just want to tell you that we have some weaknesses. We all are not perfect. You are expecting me to be very tall, but I'm not. I know we all have some weaknesses, but it does not mean that we don't deserve to be special. We all are special. We have some talent. And I would like to give you, it's an advice from my side, that never lose your hope. And also, there is courage and there is fear. I sometimes get scared of ghosts, of dragons, of skeletons. But the fact is that your courage should be more than your fear. And that's what Thank you. I love you too. In Swat, we faced terrorism. And at that time, I realized that education was something very important. More than 400 schools were blasted at that time. Women were not allowed to go to market. Girls' education was banned. CD shops were blasted. Schools were blasted. At that time, we were living in terrorism. And we had two options at that time. One was not to speak and die. And the second was to speak and then die. And I chose the second one. We spoke at that time. We raised our voices. I wrote a diary for BBC. I also appeared in New York Times documentaries. I also wrote few articles, spoke to media channels. I did not know that outside Swat, the world was listening to our words. And soon I discovered that the powerful tool, the powerful weapon you have is your voice. I faced this incident in my life as well. On the 9th of October, I was shot by the Taliban. But on that day, the little bit fear that I had died, and courage and strength and power was born. And I got courage because of two reasons. The first was that I realized that even death is supporting me in my cause of education. And the second reason that I found more courage was your love, your prayers, and your support. I believe in one thing, and that is we should live as a family. This is a very small world, a very small world. We should live as a family. We should think about each other. We should not ignore the children who are suffering from terrorism in Afghanistan, in Pakistan, and in Syria. We should not ignore them. If we want our bright future, then we should think about these children. And also, we need some small little things. When I would say these words would appear very common. We should be kind to each other. We should be friendly to each other. We should love each other. In my opinion, this is a very short life, a very short life. Like we can hardly live up to 80, 90 years. In this short life, why do we hate each other? Why don't we love each other? Because the fact is that let's enjoy this life. Let's enjoy it. And the best thing to enjoy life is to live as a group, is to live as a community. Because as an individual, you can survive. And I also believe that we have been sent to this earth with diversity. And it is what we should keep it in mind, that we should not have prejudice or discrimination in our society because of the color or gender or religion. We should love each other, we should accept each other's views, and we should respect it. My dream is to work for education, to see every child going to school, getting quality education, and I dream for a bright future, for a better world. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. And I want to thank all of you for allowing me to come here and giving me this opportunity to share my story with you and with such brave and courageous and passionate young young generation, and also remember that you are the future. We are making tremendous gains, but we have much work to do. We need more friends to accomplish our task. And this is the reason that I'm here, because we have a partnership with Free the Children, and we want to work for girls' education and for every child's education, because it is necessary that you work for it on the ground. And here is the CEO of the Malala Fund, Yousafzai. And
Thank you, Malala. Thank you, Malala. The Malala Fund and Free the Children share a common vision. We are both working towards a world in which young girls can learn, grow, and better themselves.
As Malala said so beautifully, around the world, millions of girls do not have the chance to go to school. Now, they want to go to school, but no one is listening to them. They are voiceless.
That is why silence can be powerful. We want to show you just how powerful silence can be.
this April, Shiza, Craig.
Beautifully said.
I'm correct. Shiza, Craig, and I, we are going to pledge for silence of 24 hours, and we are going to speak through our silence. For those children who are deprived of education and who cannot go to school, this is our goal, to speak through silence.
Through each of us, on that one day, taking a vow of silence, to not speak in solidarity with girls around the world who want a chance to go to school. We hope that the world will listen, so we're inviting you to join us in April to take your own vow of silence, to go in solidarity and to show how powerful silence can be.
Imagine what it would sound like if everyone in your class was silent, or everyone in your school. Imagine what it would sound like if all the young people in the world fell silent for one day so that we could listen to those who are not heard.
Follow our journey through the social media, because social media is powerful as well.
Yes.
And because I think that we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have so many other opportunities to raise our voice, and we should use it as a benefit for these children. We should use it as a source of raising their voices. And because they need our help, when we remain silent, it does not mean that we would stop raising our voice, but remaining silent means that we would hear them, we would hear their voices.
Beautifully said. So although we may not say a word out loud, we want you to use social media that day to get your message out. Ask classmates and friends to join you in not speaking for 24 hours. Tweet at your favorite celebrities. Encourage them to join the campaign, to show their support, or even to go silent themselves.
When you spoke last year, Malala, at the United Nations and declared Malala Day, you said the day was not yours, but for every boy and girl who have raised their voice for their rights. That is all of us here today. Together, we are all Malala.
I believe that together with our silence, we can give voice and we can listen to the voice of millions.
Thank you, Malala, a hero to all of us. We are
Thank
Malala.
you. Thank you so